Let's just shuffle. Let's just.
Skip.
That used to be me. Now, I'm on the mission to create the perfect shuffle, where every song in the library is less than 50% skippable. What's up? I'm Trent Wizard. We're here in search of the perfect shuffle. It's time for another segment of clearing out the archives where I shuffle my music and whichever album pops up, that is the album I review song by song. Last week we shuffled our music and the album that popped up was Sudden Feeling by HalfNoise. HalfNoise is the now solo project of Zach Farrow, who is also the drummer of Paramore. He's that guy. Right next to my boobie. It's a much more psychedelic pop rock style than Paramore though. Sudden Feeling is his second full-length album that came out in 2016, but for some reason it doesn't seem to get as much attention as I think it should. So why do I think it deserves more attention? Let's find out as I review this album song by song. Before we go anywhere, subscribe to my channel. It's free, so why not? Song number 1 is called Know the Feeling, and right off the bat we get the sense that this music was written by a drummer, because the different layers have these really cool and interweaving rhythms and patterns, from dreamy synths to pretty varied drums and percussions, a super fat bass, and a haze of a synth that falls like a blanket over the top of this track. Further, it has a really solid melody, just some great pop sensibility about this song. Somehow, Zach makes it feel both retro and modern at the same time. It's a really solid track. I would say it's 15% skippable. Song number 2 is called Leaving. It's very hazy and dreary, and it's very deliberate in its groove. It's cut from a pretty similar cloth as Know the Feeling, but it does get a little bit glitchy there at the end, like the simulation is crashing or something like that, which is a style that I love. I would say this song is 25% skippable. Song number 3 is called My Mind, and it feels like it's taken from different parts of 4 different 90s tracks, just kind of the amalgamation of a bunch of different 90s pop styles. I think it has a really great pop hook, pretty simple in nature, but that's what makes it easy to remember. Once again, it's pretty hazy, very dreamlike, has like this bedroom pop element to it. I would say it's 25% skippable. Song number 4 is called Love You Back, and I really love the jangly and lazy guitar hook. If you're a fan of Paramore, I would say this song specifically really connects HalfNoise sound with Paramore's newest sound on After Laughter. It's very dynamic, much more than the other songs, and everything kind of seems to be in the fourth dimension, echoing, repeating, kind of like Trout Family. For all my Kurt Vonnegut fans out there, all y'all fans of the Slaughterhouse-Five, this one is insanely catchy as well. I think this is probably the most catchy song on the album, if not tied for the most catchy song. It's really awesome. I would say it's 15% skippable. Song number 5 is called In the Summer, and I feel like this one has a little bit less pop sensibility than the rest of the tracks so far, but where it lacks in that pop sensibility, it makes up for it in just pure vibes. It creates a feeling more than anything else. Unfortunately, because many of these tracks have created such a feeling and put out these vibes while still having that pop sensibility, it kind of just fades into the background, feels like more of the same. It's not bad. I would still say it's 45% skippable. Song number 6 is called Telephone, and it's just 1 minute of straight, pure, unadulterated vibes. And that's all it's really trying to be. It creates a big, lush soundscape and creates a vibe for 1 minute. I would say this one is 35% skippable. Song number 7 is the title track, Sudden Feeling. This is a real turning point for this album. Most of the previous tracks have been pretty carefree, pretty hazy and dreamy, whereas this song sounds a little bit more precarious, a little bit more encumbered by the issues and problems of the world. I'd say it's much more lyric focused compared to the other songs as well, and a lot more uncertain. Weirdly enough, this kind of reminds me of the Goosebumps theme song, but that's an absolute bop, so I don't have a problem with that. I also really like the really cool and artsy music video for this song as well. I would say this song is 30% skippable. Song number 8 is called Always, and here we get a little bit more uncertainty, even a little bit of sadness. It does seem a little bit tedious after getting so many #good vibes going, but it shifts big time halfway and gives a renewed feeling of hope. It also has this cool little sitar flavor in there that's not super prominent, but I think it adds a little spice that I really like. I would say this one is 35% skippable. Song number 9 is called Come Over, and I really love the wavy synths that are the foundation of this song. It's the kind of song that you can really get lost in. It has all those same elements that have made this album great so far, but definitely creates a feeling. I would say this one is 35% skippable. Song number 10 is called Picture of You, and it's just a little bit of elevator music for you. It's not bad elevator music by any means, but it is not quite as exciting as any song you might hear outside of an elevator. It is very beachy, I'll give it that, but I would have to say this one is 65% skippable. Song number 11 is called Better Than. It's fine, it's okay. I would consider it like a much more subdued version of their sound, because there's so many songs that are better than this one, better versions of this song. I would say this one is 55% skippable. Mathematically, adding everything up, this album as a whole is 35% skippable. HalfNoise brings a real #vibe to every single song on this album. Their music is the perfect soundtrack to all of your waviest and your wooziest daydreams. Plus, it's just really fun. Alright, let's shuffle our music, see which album I'll be reviewing next. Alright, we're just going to go into our music library, go into albums, and hit shuffle. Okay, looks like the next album I'll be reviewing is Evil Empire by Rage Against the Machine. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about HalfNoise. Let me know what you think about Sudden Feeling. It's okay if you don't agree with me. I believe that all musical opinions are valid, and I'd love to hear yours. I will leave links in the description below for music videos for this album, as well as links to my podcast, Music Meritocracy, my playlist, Best of 2019, and my playlist for Best of 2020, which is a playlist that I'm updating constantly. I'm Trent Windsor, and this is The Perfect Shuffle. Oh, I'm so cool.